welcome back. Today we are looking at the story behind the 2020 South Carolina Innovation Dollar. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a tribute to Septima Clark, a key figure in the American civil rights movement. Let's start by understanding who Septima Clark was and why she's featured on this dollar. But before we get started, let me explain my unique approach to exploring these coins. To ensure that all appropriate and intricate details are looked at without any distractions of glare and focus, we look at the illustration first before we take a look at the actual coin design itself. And the reason is with lighting and focus of cameras and sometimes glare and shadows, you may miss a detail or two, but looking at the illustration from the mint before we actually look at the actual coin, I think helps see everything that's involved in the design of this coin. And then after we look at the illustration, we go to a coin microscope and take a close-up look at the actual coin itself. And I think that this way we get the best of both worlds, the perfect clarity of the design and the authenticity of the actual coin. And I just wanted to say that because I feel like we lose a lot of people. As soon as they see the image pop up, they think that we're not actually going to see the coin. And we are going to see the coin, just the image comes first. Born in 1898 in Charleston, South Carolina, Septima Clark pioneered the link between education and political organization during the Civil Rights Movement. Civil rights youth workers and community organizers referred to her as Mother Conscience, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. referred to her as the mother of the movement. Clark believed that knowledge could empower marginalized groups in ways that former legal equality couldn't. She helped establish the first citizenship schools, teaching literacy and citizenship rights, and helped establish local leaders for the civil rights movement. Teaching people to read and understand the Constitution helped Black citizens pass the literacy tests used to disenfranchise Black voters. The initiative spread and was ultimately adopted by the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, where Clark became a training supervisor and worked closely with leadership of the civil rights movement. I just want to add that by teaching them literacy and the Constitution, along with how to qualify to vote in particular states, she absolutely advanced the amount of Black voters that we had in this country. And as an example of one of the things that her school would do as far as teaching voters' rights or training people to vote, in South Carolina, voters had to be able to write in cursive and be able to read a section of the citizenship laws. So that's why the literacy was so important. And just making sure, and each state had its own individual rules. And so as she opened different education centers in different states, she had to tailor the way they taught or the things that they taught to comply with voting rights to fit into the requirements for that state. So the reverse of this coin depicts Septima Clark marching with 3 young African-American students who carry books and an American flag, representing that education and literacy among oppressed people is necessary for empowerment and enjoyment of civil rights. So looking at this coin, we see from about 8 o'clock up to almost 12 o'clock, it says United States of America along the rim. And then underneath that, following the same curvature, it says Septima Clark. The very bottom of the coin, it says South Carolina. And we see Septima Clark standing there with 3 students, one of them holding the American flag. To the left of the S in South Carolina, we see the initials JK. That's Justin Coons. And off to the right at about between 3 and 4 o'clock, we see the initials PH. And that's Phoebe Hemphill. She was the sculptor. Justin Coons was the designer of this coin. And I think it has a nice aesthetic. It's one cohesive scene, which we all know that I like. And I think it looks good. I think that it's a well thought out design, and it gets to the point of what they're trying to depict in this image. But let's take a look at the actual coin itself so that we can see what we're here to look at. And here we are looking at the coin. You can see what I was talking about. The way the shadows are coming off of the faces of the characters on the back of the coin. There isn't a lot of detail. I tried moving the lighting around, and it just isn't helping. It's, creating more of a glare off the edge of the coin. So that's the prime reason why we use the images to actually look at the detail of the coin before we look at the coin itself. I like this design. As I said, it's a coherent scene which appeals to my senses. It's not just a bunch of random things thrown on the back of the coin for the purpose of representing one or more items. Like it was thought out. Somebody put some effort into making this coin reflect an image, and in a way powerful. I think it really depicts Septima Clark's purpose and what it meant to people that were being marginalized or discriminated against, what it meant for them to become part of the voting. I don't know how to put this. I was gonna say part of society. They were part of society, but active in their future and their rights, I guess is the way I'm trying to put it. But overall, I think this coin was well done. And this is what I was saying we would get to in a minute. I know I believe in several videos, but I think for sure in the last video I said that I would compile my idea of the top 4 designs that we've looked at so far. And so here we are. I think number 1 is the 2020 Massachusetts Innovation Dollar. And that one was designed by Emily Damstra. And I wrote down the designers just to see if I had if it turned out that there was a particular designer whose styles I always liked. And actually, no, we have 4 different ones. Number 2 was the 2019 New Jersey Innovation Dollar. And that was the light bulb dollar. And that was designed by Paul C. I don't know if it's Ballon or Ballon, Balon. And this was the one that I couldn't find on the website who the designer was. And I had a commenter tell me that if you ordered I think he said the proof or the reverse proof, the certificate or the little blurb you got on the packaging about it said that Paul C. Ballon was the designer. So there you go. Number 3 is the 2020 Maryland Innovation Dollar. And that one is designed by Joseph Mena. And he was also the sculptor on that. They refer to it in the mint write-up about the coin as the medallic artist. And then number 4 was all the way back 2018, the induction coin for this series. And that was designed by Donna Weaver. And I like it. I don't know. It works for me. I don't know if it's the fact that they got George Washington's signature on there. I mean, I guess it is his autograph too, if you want to be technical. But yeah, these, as it stands right now, these are the top 4 for the coins that we've looked at so far. And, that could be ever changing. We'll see. And I'll keep this updated. And I don't know, maybe after we finish every year, if something's changed, we'll look at it again. If nothing's changed, we'll just go forward and not revisit this. I just want to say that if you enjoyed this deep dive into the story behind the 2020 South Carolina Innovation Dollar, then please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified about more fascinating coin stories and reviews. And the reason I'm asking for that now is more about I want to make sure I'm delivering the content that people want to see. And so the more subscribers and likes I get, the more I know that going forward that I'm making the right decisions. And as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you don't want to leave a comment, you can send me an email to the email address that is in this video description. And I respond to all comments and I respond to all emails. So I guess that's it for today. Once again, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you all have a great week.